Everybody's man Zeno from the Gravity Project, and today I'm bringing you guys my first top 10 video, and that is going to be the top 10 exotic weapons in Destiny. I'm excited to get in this video, guys, but before we begin, I just want to mention that this list is almost not biased. There's only a little bit of input from myself into it. It's combined between the Gravity Project members, a website I read, and myself for the information here and the rankings here, so it's not biased at all. I also want to mention that the weapons in here are very diverse. Most of them are from different categories, except there's two categories that did not make it, the pulse rifles and the shotguns. So sorry for people who are a fan of those. But yeah, that's about it for the background knowledge you guys will need. And let's actually get into the actual top 10 list. So starting off at number 10, guys, we have Hardlight, an exotic auto rifle. Hardlight is it's been in the game since the beginning, and I haven't gotten it yet, but I know Griffins has it, and he says it's not too good, but I've heard other things otherwise about it. Its strengths is it has a fast reload speed. Its weakness is it has a low impact, and the special perks on it are that shots penetrate through other enemies, so that you can like shoot like a thrall, and it will go to the next thrall and the next thrall behind that. And it also has ricochet on it, it's pretty sweet to have that. Hardlight, I've heard it's pretty good. Definitely try and pick it up. I don't know if it's good for Crucible or not, but I haven't had it, so I don't have much input about that one, but it's there to number 10, Hardlight. Now moving on to number 9, guys, we have the heavy machine gun, the Thunderlord. And Thunderlord is an absolute animal. I have it. It does a lot of damage. It can definitely tear people to shreds if you like heavy machine guns. Its strength is impact. Its weakness is the rate of fire. However, this rate of fire can be counteracted with a perk that if you hold down the trigger, the rate of fire increases over time, so eventually it becomes like the high rate of fire of like some other of the machine guns out there. So Thunderlord is definitely useful to get. I would highly recommend picking up if Zur ever had it. And yeah, guys, that's Thunderlord. Now we're going to move on to number 8, which will be Thorn. Thorn is my personal favorite weapon. I'm using it right now in the video. And Thorn, it's a really good hand cannon in my opinion. It's just there's only one that actually beats it, which will come up later on the list. It does a lot. It does a lot of damage. It has very good impact. Its only weakness is stability, but it's not as bad as the what is it? The Last Word, I think. It's not as bad as the Last Word, where it just goes off into like midair if you shoot it a bunch of times in a row. It's definitely it's pretty stable. It's not gonna really matter with a hand cannon though. And the feature of this weapon, or the perk, is the Mark of the Devourer, which is if you shoot somebody, they'll get like this aura around them that does damage over time. And it's absolutely insane. It will help out a lot if you got if you're gonna shoot like a thrall and you don't quite kill him and just goes around to cover. He'll just die behind cover by the Mark of the Devourer. It's pretty sweet. I'd highly recommend Thorn if you ever get the bounty. The bounty for that is Light in the Dark, if you ever want to get that. And now, guys, we're going to move on to number 7, which is our exotic fusion rifle, Plan C. Plan C is a really good fusion rifle. I've used it on Rapala's account, which is my father. He's also another one of the Gravity members. He just doesn't do any videos or anything. He's just there just in case we need him. When I was using it, Plan C was very, very effective. It felt really clean and crisp. Its strength is obviously impact, just like all fusion rifles. The weakness is charge time, which I never really found a problem with charge time, but that might be explained by its perk, and the charge time is faster after you swap weapons. So if you do a double YY with this, it's basically just going to reset it so your charge time is faster. So that might have been what I was getting the faster charge time from, but I don't know. And yeah, that's Plan C, guys. That's number 7, and now we're going to move on to number 6. But before we begin to number 6, I do want to mention that number 6, number 5, and number 4 can go in any order you want. Like, these guns are just interchangeable. They're the best of their classes. They're the best primaries, so you can just change them out any way you like. So you could have the order, instead of being at 6, 5, 4 like I have it here, you could have it be 4, 6, and 5. Like, you could have it like that. So, yeah, guys, let's get on to number 6. And number 6 is Suros Regime. Suros Regime is an exotic assault rifle, and Suros is a very balanced weapon. That's its strength right here. It's definitely a really good entry-level exotic. Pick it up if Zur has it for sure. Its only weakness is rate of fire, and it's a pretty strong weakness because the second perk you get on it, it decreases your rate of fire while aiming down sights, but increasing your damage. And like when I say decreases, it almost makes it like slower than the Vision of Confluence, like almost the exact same speed. It's slow, so it gets really slow. And the perk for this is the bottom half of the clip does more damage, and it can also heal you, which is pretty sweet. And yeah, that's Suros Regime. And now let's move on to number 5. At number 5, we have the MIDA multi-tool. the exotic scout rifle. It's the only one we can get right now, except for the Fate of All Fools, which will come soon with Trials of Osiris. And MIDA multi-tool, there's nothing else competing with it, so it has no weakness. And I haven't had this gun, nor has anybody else in the channel, but I have heard from Neptune that he saw somebody using it and it totally wrecked people. Its strength is reloading, apparently, according to the website I read. And the perks for it is movement boost, hair trigger, and the radar active while down sights, which are definitely all pretty good to have. MIDA multi-tool I heard was supposed to be really good, so that's why I earned the number 5 spot on the list. And let's move on to number 4. And number 4 we have the HAWKMOON, the exotic hand cannon. HAWKMOON is an absolute beast when it comes to damage. Its strength, obviously, impact. Weakness is rate of fire, which rate of fire does not matter at all with hand cannons because you're going to be going for the headshots anyways. And the feature of this weapon, or the perk, it is 2 to 3 random shots do more damage, which is perfect because I don't even know how big the clip is, but depending on how big the clip is, you can do a lot of damage. And plus the fact it also has another perk, which is the final round, where your last shot always does more damage. You have the potential of 4 shots doing more damage than the original. I find that to be absolutely awesome, and I find this gun to be very powerful. I don't have it, nobody else on the channel has it, but I've seen it in usage, and it just melts people. It's good to PvP too, for sure. Alright guys, moving on to number 3, we have GJALLARHORN. GJALLARHORN, or GJALLARHORN is like people call it, and it's actually pronounced GJALLARHORN though. It's definitely the best rocket launcher in the game, and it's definitely worth being on the list. Everybody loves it. If you don't have a GJALLARHORN, you haven't lived. Its strength is velocity, and its weakness is rate of fire, which really don't matter. But where it really is shining like gold is in its perks. And now the first perk you get is tracking. Now tracking will allow your rockets to be lock on. It's pretty sweet. It allows you, with Crota, if he starts moving, your rockets will just follow him. It helps out a lot. And also it gives you these things called cluster missiles. It's where the rocket will hit the guy, detonate, and then will spawn a whole bunch of cluster missiles around them, I guess. And basically they'll just do another rocket's worth of damage. So really, if you shoot 2 rockets at somebody, you're going to get 4 rockets worth of damage almost, which I find to be very powerful. And now guys, moving on to number 2, we have Icebreaker, an absolute beast. There's only one gun that I thought could actually beat Icebreaker, and we'll get to that after. I'm pretty sure you guys all probably know what it is. Icebreaker is an exotic sniper rifle, and it regains ammo over time, which is what makes it so amazing. Its strength is range, and its weakness is stability. Stability on this is just butt. It will go up in the air and all that. But and also it kills explode, which is one of the perks. So if you shoot somebody, it'll explode all the people around it. But really, this gun is just a very high damage sniper rifle, and it regenerates ammo over time. I do know there's that new legendary sniper, the Black Hammer, from the Crota's End you can get from Crota, and I think that might just be slightly beating Icebreaker right now, just because if you land 3 precision shots, it automatically refills your clip, which I find to be very, very powerful. But I don't know if it's beating it quite yet, but I don't know. There's a few legendaries that actually beat some of the guns on here, so, you know, that's that. But anyways, guys, before we move on to number 1, I have an honorable mention to make, as upon request of Nova. And this honorable mention is to Monte CARLO. I'm not going to go much in depth to the weapon, but I have it, and it's decent. It's not that good, though. So, I mean, if you want it, you can get it, but it's not guaranteed to be really good for you guys. So, that's just the honorable mention, and let's move on to number 1. At number 1, we have my most hated weapon. And not because it's bad, not because it's bad. It's because it hates me. And that's the Vex MYTHOCLAST. The reward for beating Atheon in hard mode. Most people get it, but I didn't. But let's go ahead and talk about the weapon first. Now, this weapon is an exotic fusion rifle that's equipped in the primary slot. Its strength is that there's no charge time. Literally, you just start firing the weapon. Now, since it's a fusion rifle, this thing does 243 damage per shot, I think. I'm not positive on that. It might be more in the hundreds, but I know it does more than the average auto rifle. Yeah, so you get 36 shots per clip. You do the math. You'll be doing hella damage with this thing all day, every day. It's just insane. It's definitely probably the best gun in the game. If you're gonna get it, it's most well-rounded. You'll kill people fast with it. It's just so useful. But anyways, guys, that's number 1, Vex MYTHOCLAST, which I hate because I tried the raid on hard mode 7 times, beat Atheon, and I just keep getting Chatterwhite and shards, just like always. So yeah. Well, that's it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this top. Sorry about that, guys. My audio just cut out for no apparent reason. Sorry about that. I apologize for that. So anyways, guys, like I was about to say, thanks for watching the video. Make sure to like, favorite, comment, and subscribe to Gravity Project. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next top 10 video. And I guess it's time to say, peace, everybody!